Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Reich as Germany. Let's continue on from last left off. So Himmler is now the Führer of Germany. All of our territory in the east is completely falling apart, and we'll kind of see who comes out on top. But I definitely feel like the Red Army down here in Ukraine definitely is going to be ending up winning. I think the Free Russian movement is probably more likely to win, and I wouldn't be surprised if after that these guys all become into a massive civil war themselves. We'll kind of see how that plays out. Because right now we don't really have any factories that we can use for military operations, unfortunately. Of course, we'll keep on drawing an offensive line. You guys in the south probably can actually just draw like a regular offensive line here as well. No, all of you are here. Fantastic, thank you. And we'll prepare an invasion up towards the north. Can I actually draw a front line here? I can, fantastic. You guys actually go here then. And prepare an invasion into the Caucasus. Because hopefully Ukraine, or not Ukraine, Crimea does not also fall to revolution. If we're lucky, we should be okay. For the most part. It really depends on what the Soviets do. They'll probably just start annexing all of these smaller little countries. Which does spell out a problem for us. We're going to be getting Nation of Fear very, very soon. We're still at negative 440 political power, so there's really not too much we can really do with any of these projects at the moment. But I'm sure soon we'll have something. I mean, how many do we get? We got 1.56 a day. So about a year, I think, until we'd have enough political power to do anything. But that's okay. I'm sure these decisions, maybe some of them will give us some political power as well. So we got Nation of Fear. Your more political power gain. And some more stability, which isn't too bad. Decryption, damage to garrisons. Destroying factionalism. Unlocks reunite the running conversants. Yeah, no, that actually seems like a good idea. Maybe we'll try to annex all these guys into Germany proper if we can. Removes national steer, the great power struggle, which is... What is the power struggle? How much is that affecting us? Negative 20% stability and also political power gain. So overall, we should be pretty good from this. And we've already read this event, I think, like 5 different times. So we should still be okay for the most part. I'm going to say you are political power plus 50, which is nice. We can get some thought crimes. I did notice down here, I don't know if I pointed it out. If we go all the way down here, we could crown Himmler as the Emperor of the Aryans. I don't know what's that going to do, but it sounds interesting, I guess, would be one way to put it. And I did see that the United Kingdom has just declared war on the Arab Federal Republics. I don't know why they've done that. I'm sure probably something about oil, if I had to take a guess. I mean, they're also at war now with the United States and all of them as well. And unsurprisingly, the Soviet Republic of Ukraine has won out. And are you just going to get annexed straight into the USSR? The Treaty of Honolulu. After years of occupation, desire for Japanese freedom has finally been heard. After the administration's efforts in appeasing the Americans, combined with the growing fear of the Chinese expansionism in the Pacific, the United States of America has allowed the negotiation of restoring full Japanese sovereignty. These long negotiations ended in the hall of Aloha Hall, where American and Japanese delegates officially signed the Treaty of Honolulu, ending the occupation, officially recognizing Japan as an independent nation. Returning Japanese sovereignty is the control of the Japanese government. However, the treaty also allowed the Americans to maintain their military base and occupation of Pacific Islands, which is upsetting news for the opposition. So are you still in... You're not in the Toronto Accord anymore, but the Americans do still control the Ryukyu Islands and some of these other territories up towards the north, even including you as well, which is Sakhalin. We'll end up seeing what these guys do in the future. I'm sure you are probably going to annex more of these guys in Siberia. And we have one more division. I guess we'll send you to the French border. So we got 524 stacks. So our next armies... Probably will put them over here where they probably should be. Don't we have 22 divisions? Okay, now you have 24. Fantastic. How many troops do you guys actually have? 11 to 38. We do outnumber you. So in the event that there is a war with the Soviet Republic of Ukraine, we should be able to push into their territory relatively quickly. Again, it really depends on if the Soviet Union just annexes Ukraine. Because if they do that... It creates a problem, because they'll probably annex you as well. And maybe also Turkmen People's Republic. I'm not too sure how they feel about getting annexed into the USSR. And do I have any civilian factories left? I gotta click this button. Still no. And Darlan elected president. Francois Darlan has emerged victorious in the recently held presidential election of the French state. Francois Darlan is pitted against the currently in office President Charles Noël, but in the end, his technocratic industrial agenda for the country over the rural traditionalism prevented since the march of time has prevailed. Charles Noël congratulated his opponent for the victory, with Francis Darlan scheduled to be sworn in tomorrow. Supporters of Francis Darlan have taken to the streets to celebrate the results of the election. International commentators predict a radical but gradual change in French state's policies, with Francois Darlan at the helm. They expect him to announce his government's plans for the country and his inaugural address. So you are still paternal autocrat. We'll see what you do. You've assumed the office, break at the Darlan, meet up. So you can either side basically with us, or you can align closer with the Americans. Again, hopefully you align towards us a little bit more. Italy breaks the pact. News from Rome has arrived. The Pact of Steel, the former alliance between our two nations, have been officially, which have been left unrenewed but never officially cancelled, has been officially and unilaterally annulled by the Italian government. Citing geopolitical realities, they said that the alliance between our two nations, which has been long deteriorated de facto, was now in all forms over. So it seems like Mussolini, we are now enemies. I don't even like you. Are negative 100? Because you're now hostile, you broke the pact, decreased opinion, and I also claim some of their territory, which is not a huge surprise. So an Italian war seems increasingly likely. A war with the French, maybe. I'm just not too sure. Again, it is Mayday. When do we get the nuke? 388 more days, which is pretty long from now, I will admit. Arnisi Creed. You are experiencing psychosis for a reason Heinrich Himmler is investigating. Hallucinations have increased in size and prominence in Germany over the past several months. Whatever you think of reality, it is wrong. The only truth, the only reality, is what Heinrich Himmler says it is. You are little, so much that your mind is incapable of comprehending the universe, the world, or even the nation. Those who wish to destroy Germany are trying to penetrate Heinrich Himmler's defenses and control you. Heinrich Himmler is the only being that wants the best for you. He does not want to exploit you, but to protect you. He necessitates your faith. He will give you your faith to Heinrich Himmler. The SS has always been unitary. The SS has always been. Heinrich Himmler is the SS, because Heinrich Himmler is the SS. It presents no threat and never will. No Aryan will betray Heinrich Himmler. No, else they are not Aryan. So there's a factional purge. How do I annex those territories? Crush Swiss terrorists, which I think we've already done. So we should be good there. Construct chemical weapons, overseas territory. Replace you. You're 100% for us. If I had 50 political power, I could, declare war on all these smaller people, but I really don't have the political power right now to actually do it. So you know what, getting a plus 50 political power, a little bit more war support, we kind of have to. I don't have much of a choice in the matter. So it's either I do the special projects, or I just, like if I do this, become known as SS, becomes the leader, become a puppet. Are you not already a puppet? You are a Reich Commissariat. Is that different? Move capital to Estland. Is that different than being a puppet? I'm not too sure. And I wonder if we declare war on the Ukrainians, if the Soviets will step in. Cross the Caucasus. We probably definitely want to crush Ukraine first, but that'll probably give us more of a jumping off point. It'll give us a direct border with the Soviets, but I still think that's kind of okay. I'm sure in a one-on-one war we would win. The Angolan War. Angola has long been one of the two pearls of the Portuguese Empire, the other being Mozambique. However, Portuguese colonialism in the region has recently met a new challenge in the form of African nationalism, a trend that has emerged, has endangered the security of the colonies. The Portuguese administration was, however, unprepared for this morning's events. As thousands of Angolese militias rose up in the eastern provinces under the leadership of Mario Pinto do André, the Angolan Communist Party has formed a coalition with other nationalist parties, inspired by the previous Moroccan rebellion and the Congolese. André's front has stated its goals to struggle against imperialism. The Portuguese armed forces have yet to properly respond due to poor coordination between the armed forces, the Navy, and the Air Force. So, we have the Portuguese Republic now at war with Angola. How many troops do you guys actually have? 5 to 30 against 11 to 39. So there's a chance they can probably end up winning their war here. And Fine Gael has been elected. Fine Gael's been serving the Republic as the opposition. With much campaigning, Fine Gael's managed to secure a narrow victory against Fene Fal. Using progress and change to their electoral platform, the newly elected Taoist Richard Mukale has promised a new reform and alternative to the traditional policies of Fianna Fáil. Amanon de Villara will now serve as leader of the opposition. This is for... Okay, yeah, it is for Ireland. You have now been elected as the Liberals. That's fine. We don't have to really worry about what Ireland's doing too much, because I really don't think it matters for us. I mean, maybe... Probably not strategic. Let's go for maybe 4% recruitable population. I'll take it. I was thinking maybe Ireland might be able to come into our sphere, depending on maybe like if the British were trying to be a little bit more aggressive towards the island. I don't know if that's even possible, but if it was, it could maybe explain that. So you're going to give us 50 political power, which puts us up to negative 190. 3 units here. This may lead to severe consequences. Well, I mean, that doesn't sound great. Thought crimes. Ban on books. You know, are we just banning every single book? Yeah, let's just ban every single book in existence. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Getting this actually political power gain probably would be nice. I don't know why you would want him to be the field marshal. Maybe because we're not taking this, it's going to lead to some other event. I'm not too sure. But I will create an Aryan registry. Resistance growth, resistance target. Yeah, let's just gas everybody. I think... Yeah, no, I think that's fine. After that, it is 1954, so I think we can definitely go for the next level of industry without too much of a concern on our part. We should be getting some more technology soon as well. Yeah, the Republic of Bataan, incompetent government. And the conservative PSD has won the Brazilian presidential election. Well, I don't know why that's a question. Predictable choice of many. He's a major protege of Galetio Vargas and a long-time cornerstone of his administration. His involvement in environment's key reforms has created a loyal following among Vargas supporters, but turmoil the president's resignation forced Kubitat into a new road. Kubitschek has consolidated and expanded his base with promise of reform, bringing PTB and PSB supporters into his electoral bloc. Kubitschek's victory will be both old and new, the extension of Vargas' old government and populism, with these tactics applied to rebuilding Brazilian healthcare, economics, and infrastructure from the ground up. So you guys are still the Conservative Party. So Italy. And who is this? The Heiko usurps the throne. The Emperor of Japan, Hirohito, has renounced his claim to the imperial throne, an unprecedented move. As her transitional period ends, his chosen prime regent, Takahito, is taking his place at the head of state in the official constitutional monarchy. Takahito's useful look and intellect that charm the worldwide audiences, but foreign dignitaries reporting in an infamous telegram that the new emperor is somewhat of a looker. Takahito's notable pacifist views on global affairs and criticism of the dark history of Japan's conduct in Asia, however, have met a very different domestic reception. Senior politicians in the Diet declined to echo the emperor's views on imperial nationalism, saying that only the emperor was a symbol of national spirit and not a mouthpiece. So you are now in charge here. Prince Regent. You still don't know what your guys' plan are. I would want to ally, I think, with the Russian Republic and to help us crush the Soviets. Because I still don't know exactly what your plan is. Unquestioned devotion, follow that up by the Central Aryan Registry. This is going to make our factory output and doctrine output worse. But I really don't think that's so bad. I mean, we are missing a lot of stuff. Mostly APCs and some anti-tank stuff. We can probably cut rifle production a decent amount. APCs, main battle tanks. Let's put 2 more on you. And 3 more on you. Should be an okay number, I would say. The Free Russian Movement, they're doing pretty well, all things considered. But again, we do want to just invade you very soon. Once I have the political power to do so, and right now I really don't. But we should have the troop count necessary to... we'll put you in charge of the army. We'll set you in charge of this army. You can be the green army, because we don't have a green army quite yet. And I guess for right now... I'm not too sure what I would want to put you. They can't really send you down here. I guess I'll put you on the board with Hungary for right now, because other than that, I really don't know who I'd want to necessarily attack. I mean, Romania and Hungary, I would not be surprised if they go to war very, very soon. Who would I support? I don't know, quite honestly. Hungarian stagnation, cooperation. Like, do you have... You have a default focus tree. Romania has a default focus tree, so there's probably a chance that neither of them are actually ever going to go to war. And now I do want an extra engineering tech. You don't have anything. So let's go for, probably not military factory. Let's go for... Cap goes up 10%, retention. Yeah, let's go for mass production. I think it's going to be a little bit better for us. And also, it's going to offset the penalty that the Aryan registry is going to create. We're only missing 100. So we should be done that within 2 months, especially if we get an extra 0.25. Like 2-3 months, we should be ready to go for some invasions in this area. Because after that, we can go for the economy, but I really don't think we care about that too much. And we can introduce you guys as well. Naval Doctrine, Air Doctrine, Land Doctrine. I mean, a 1% recruit population is not bad. But really, like, the military stuff, kind of about it. It's usually kind of, like, last resort for me. I am actually going to choose direct command. Just because I think not doing this might lead to a coup in the future. That's my best guess, at least. We are now making 1.8. Fanatical dictatorship. The Aryan registry, of course, is harming us in terms of our political power gain. But, you know, we've got to be doing a national focus basically all the time anyways. Otherwise, you're kind of just wasting your time. We'll send you over to the Green Army. I'm sure we probably have one of the bigger armies in the world. 122. You guys have, like, less than 60. Yeah, so I think we do have the biggest army. Oh, yeah, by far. I don't think anybody else can really contest with us at the moment. Which does make things pretty nice for us. Or we get, like, listening stations. I mean, damage to garrison's not bad. 3 units. I don't really need 3 units. Let's go for direct command. Again, just in case something bad happens if we don't do it. Like, if we don't take central command, then it's more likely that we get couped or something like that. Because right now... That's not what I want to look at. Because right now, you are dead. You are just a dead man. Hans Lammers, I don't believe is dead. Turn of the Weimar. I just don't know when you would possibly come into power. Because I don't think I've heard any decisions about you. Can I actually upgrade any of these generals? Organization, charismatic. I do think the recovery rate is going to be a little bit better here. You... Probably Panzer expert? I mean, it's defense. Motorized or mechanic. Yeah, let's just go Panzer X. Yeah, we'll go Panzer expert on you then. Because I think you are... Infantry divisions. We have like 3 Panzer divisions. So I'm going to go with you anyways. We'll take you. You can be upgraded. I don't know if I want 2 Panzer experts. But you all seem to be Panzer experts. Is there anybody who is not a Panzer expert? The answer is not really. Because you have... I mean, you have 5 Panzer units in you. So I guess putting Panzer expert on you makes sense. You also have a lot of Panzer divisions. Right? You have 4 Panzer divisions. But it looks like you probably also have a lot of... Well, you know, we'll set you to be combined arms. And then that's okay. So the Free Russian Movement has won the war against the Red Army in the north, but the Red Army, of course, did win in the south. We'll see what happens with these 2 smaller guys. Whether or not they're going to join in one big country, or they're going to be a civil war again amongst, you know, these 2 against them, or all 3 against each other. And is that them declaring war on them? No. Oh, it's you declaring war, right. Okay, it's not the Free Russian Movement, it's just the Russian Republic. Got a little bit confused there. Congratulations to you. You are now getting sent down to Green Army. What's wrong with the Panzers? They don't have enough tanks. You know what, that makes sense. And The socialists have declared war on Georgia. I mean, if you guys want to fight amongst yourselves, that's kind of okay. Because it allows me to fight less wars. Because you kill Armenia, you kill Georgia. Allows me to invade one fell swoop, take over everything. Oh, we can save political power now. So I think we are going to declare war on Ukraine. It's going to take 15 days. But having positive political power is nice. And the fact that we're still generating 2.25 while researching stuff is pretty good, I would say. Okay, so I got direct command. Follow that up. I kind of want to just go straight down to the Aryan Empire, just because that sounds extremely different, I guess. Is Himmler a better commander than you are, though? Or is Himmler, do you think, garbage? He's actually a 1-1-1-1. He's actually horrible. Because you are a 3-5-2-4. I think I'd probably rather have you, right? Like, you actually are just better. I'd much rather have the better attack than the defense. So, Purple Army, get ready to move in. Blue Army, get ready to move in. Because the war is about to kick off in just a few more days. But until that war kicks off, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Answim. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not enjoy, throw a thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.